Wow, what up YouTube? How y'all living, bro? So I just got back from the gym, went crazy, did little chest and shoulders today. Get a little lower for y'all. But excuse me, did chest and shoulders. I'm still getting over this little sickness. As you can tell, I still sound a little stopped up. I was pretty much all the way over it, and I went fishing yesterday. I don't know if that had something to do with it, but ended up getting congested or something. Woke up, had to throw back some medicine or whatever. But I'm still here with it, man. Oh yeah, I have two finals today. I'm gonna take my history final and I'm gonna take my psychology final today. Shouldn't be too hard. Knock those guys out of the park. And finish the semester strong. Then I got two more tomorrow. But excuse me, while we on the topic of this, bro, and it kind of ties in to me just finishing off strong, bro, which I kind of made a video talking a little bit about that. This responsibility thing. So obviously I like to give y'all a little quick story or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna just tell y'all kind of something that happened with one of our residents without going too deep into it. So long story short, right, all of our guys, right, they're all diagnosed with a form of a mental disability in one way, shape, or form or another. You feel me? So, one of the things we be trying to do is understand them, understand their triggers, and know what things can make them, have a small situation escalate into a bigger situation, not just for themselves, but everyone, involved for sure. And, that tends to happen. We try to, cope and fight with it, but it don't always work that way. Let me tell you the biggest trigger for all our guys, bro. And it kind of made me think about just ourselves, like people who are sane, mentally stable, you understand? I mean, we all, I feel like, and this is a video for another day, mentally disabled in one way, shape, or form, or we can take somebody's test and it'll say we can be slightly whatever, you feel me, based on certain findings, just because we all human and we all got certain flaws and see shit in different ways. Blase. But they're vacuum trying to come in here. But yeah though, so the biggest trigger for all of our guys, which I say I noticed for people too, is that accepting responsibility. So a lot of our guys, they think, bro, that if I say I did something wrong, then it's over with. No matter how big or small it is, once I admit to it, it's like, okay, cool, I said I'm wrong, I apologize, and they'll think like, yeah, it's over with, like nothing else is gonna happen. But what they don't understand is that there's consequences to their actions. And so I started thinking about people. So like I said, I'm gonna give you a small story, not too much in detail, but this is what honestly could be talking about any of the guys. Long story short, something happened. A guy didn't follow procedure, didn't do what he was supposed to. Damn, somebody calling me. Woodville. Hello? Oh man. But yeah, like I'm saying, bro, long story short, man, somebody didn't follow protocol, certain rules that he had in place, and tried to do something that went against the rules and regulation that all of us have to follow, not just them. And were upset when they had to deal with the consequences, bro. And I noticed, like I say, it happens all the time, to where when it's time to face the consequences of what they do, bro, is when we probably see the most lashing out and the most triggering moments, for sure. And there's only so much you can do when someone's trigger is not accepting their own consequences, So we just try to work with them each and every day. And I think that translates to, like I said, quote unquote, mentally stable or whatever, sane people, however you want to paint it or write it, in a way. Because, bro, one of the biggest things I've learned just coming up, bro, is, man, the more responsibility I've taken on and accepted on myself, and flaws included, the happier, the more peaceful, the more understanding of situations, and the more genuine I feel about going into something, whether it be something I know what I'm doing, don't know what I'm doing, or whatever it is, bro. I noticed that the more I add on to my plate safely and responsibly adding responsibility, the more whole and full of a person and how I feel more full and whole too. And I find myself being able to, like, I feel like this about the mind. I think your mind is like a computer that you can always update it constantly around the clock. And it has the most memory storage, unlimited ability to update and evolve, and an unlimited amount of storage. Like you can continue to hold things on forever. And so those two paired together, I think our minds are like mega computers, and accepting this responsibility and accepting things on my plate has been one of those ways that I feel like I've been able to expand and really make myself grow for real. Like life, you can really find little cheat codes if you begin to look at it through a certain lens. Like if I put myself through this, and regardless of if I fail, but let's say I do fail, my mind is able to analyze the situation now from a perspective of having have failed, and make assumptions of what I did wrong and what I could have done better, and I learn, and then I end up finding out what really was the problem. And now this thing that I was afraid to take on and go through now becomes a attribute I have. I always use that word, but it's now something I can utilize in life when I'm growing and going through things. You feel me? And so I think that this responsibility thing, we take it lightly, and I know from young I had a hard time just holding it and taking it as serious as I should have done, bro. And I think I missed out on a lot of things that the Most High was putting in my face for me to take. It allowed me to feel guilty about things. It allowed me to feel anxious. I'm not going to say anxiety. I always tell you I don't ever want to say I ever was or had anxiety or was depressed. Maybe a doctor who can look back at my life would say I was, or show signs of X, Y, and Z at a certain point, but I'm never going to say I was or am, even if I feel like that, just because, I feel a certain way about putting words and labels to things, and once you put those on them, it's kind of hard to remove them. Maybe it's just my southern superstition coming out, but that's how I feel about that. So I say that to say I'm going through things, and just young, I wasn't taking on responsibility how I should have, and those were opportunities for me to really, really grow. So I say that to y'all, to listen, man, don't take these things for granted. When problems and things that you don't want to face present themselves, is really the Most High giving you a gift, and you take it on head on, and regardless of if you know what you're doing or not, take it on. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to fail, and don't care what nobody else say, bro. Listen, the most beautiful part about this self-development thing is the confidence and the aura and the strength I feel about myself, bro. Like, because I really can say I'm really learning myself for real. Like, I feel like even after high school, I wasn't nowhere. I didn't know myself at all, bro. And everything I was doing was kind of like was for the next person. And you feel that all these things I'm saying, if you going through it, you know what I'm talking about. Or you have went through it, especially, man, if you have went through it and you starting to see things differently, you know what I mean. You know that feeling. You really feel like a weight on your shoulders. And when you start doing this, you start feeling this weight come off. And you do struggle like with certain times where you feel down, but like you done went through so much, you know that it's temporary, and that, eventually you're gonna feel good, and you gotta feel bad in order to feel good. You feel me? So I think that it's an amazing thing, and we are getting these, and we receive these gifts and these blessings from the Most High every single day. Like every single day, like you can literally learn so much every day, even by doing the same things, just being open-minded, seeing things for what they are, observant, and taking it in. Like so much stuff, bro, so much. Like even like arguments with my moms, for example. That's the first thing I thought about. Like, man, we used to get into it when we was young, bro. But every time we got into it, I took it so personal and I took offense, and I would try to sometimes say stuff back and or just hush her up, whatever the case. But man, that was really opportunities for me and my moms to really phone ring to that, man. Phone ring to that, man. I don't be lying, but there was really opportunities for me and moms to really get close. And I feel like, through that, my relationship with my mom, my dad, my grandmothers, like everybody around me, I just feel like everybody who I talk to every single day, like our relationships have became more full, like, and they'll tell you, like, the people I talk to will tell you, like, or tell you, meaning tell me, like, yeah, like, I'm noticing it for real. Like, I like what's happening with you. And I definitely say that to you to let you know that it's going to happen. But I want you to know that you got to be willing to make sacrifices and see things in a certain lens. You understand? It take a certain level of humility and realizing that the way that I see things, the way that you just automatically think you feel about shit don't mean that it's right. That's the hardest thing I had to really understand, bro. Like, I just assumed the way I saw shit, like, that's my blessing. Like, the Lord blessed me with seeing things one way, and this way is my way, and my way is right. Like, I don't know where that ego, cockiness, like, really, I don't know, stupidity, really ignorance came from. Like, but I guess they say when you're young, you are ignorant. But like, just felt like I knew it all, man. And I'm super glad that this really what happened. I made a video on this. I'm really glad that the Most High really literally had to make somebody whoop that out of me. Like, I had a certain situation. I made a video that literally changed my whole perspective on life. Like, literally hands, feet, almost elbows on me, like face, body, everywhere. And really was like a wake-up call for me. So, hope that y'all don't have to go through that for that to happen to y'all. But, a hard head makes a soft, what, you feel me? So I don't got much more than that to say, man. I hope y'all, take heed to it, man. You got it. You gonna make something happen, because through him, man, I promise you, it being already done. And I promise you, had been conquered it all.
I went through hell and back, and I came back a better me. Said this so many times, but I swear I finally see.